What is going on, fight fans? So there is a new update that dropped that addresses the spamming issue where people were just looping punches and not getting punished for it. So apparently they went ahead and put it for custom matches first, and people voted. Do they want this across the board? And it was so wildly popular with everyone that around 88 to 89% said yes, we want it across the board. And the choices were you want it across the board, you don't want it across the board, or you don't feel a difference at all. And 88% of the votes said they wanted it across the board. So we have it now in rank. So quickly, just to look at the patch notes, let's take a look. Patch note for 0.1.15, fix for delay movement issue that has been occurring during some matches. That's awesome. They finally tackled that. The counter punch bonus damage system is no longer an optional custom match option and has been made part of the core game mechanics. As we just mentioned, fixed an issue that would sometimes cause the mark to render incorrectly at the end of the match. Fixed ping display to show the packet travel time to the other player instead of just the server, and made a small tweak to damage to reduce huge unexpected spikes. Much larger damage update coming soon. So they're still currently working on damage, but they also mentioned that if you're floating above the ground, which some people end up just floating, I guess they tiptoe, they lock their height in, and then they go back to normal, but they're still floating because of the height that I don't know how it works, but I've seen people like floating looking like Magneto up in there and trying to get shots in or whatever, and I guess it makes them taller than what they're supposed to be. But if you are floating, the damage multiplier that happens with counters where if your arms are out will also be multiplied while you're floating. So it is no longer a viable option to float at any capacity, as every single hit will be damage multiplied. Love that. All right, so we're gonna jump into a match and look at it. I did a few matches. Here's the interesting thing though, I had nobody spam. No one was spamming, so it was hard to fully test. I had to bait someone, and I think I accurately was able to bait someone to get that what I needed, and to kind of like entrap the person to try to see if there's a damage multiplier attached to it. All right, so without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into that fight. It was a really fun fight with a really good player. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and take a look. This person started showing their cards a little bit in terms of how they put their hands out, and I just needed to time them having their hands out and me hitting them with not a super crisp punch, but seeing the reaction of the crowd, listening to the reaction of the crowd, or seeing if there's like the face, if it starts to squint. And I was able to do that with this person because they had a tendency of extending their arms out when I was at a distance. So I set up a trap, and I'll explain how I set up the trap to do that. So went for the body here. He's throwing. I'm going for the body to get inside because he got his arms up. We throwing a nice little combination up top. We missed. Got caught coming in there. Got caught again. We got a nice little angle there on him. Now his room scale is so small. I'm getting out of the room scale so easily, which happens throughout the fight. Was a little frustrating. I was hoping that he had a bigger room scale, but you know, it is what it is. You can't have it all. I did end up finding one person at one point that had a really good room scale, but unfortunately that person disconnected early. All right, good jab in there, catching everything with my right hand. Right now I got the Philly shell. There's a lot of people that's like, oh, bro, you haven't you don't keep your hands up, but really a lot of the times you can't really tell because I have the Philly shell going on. So I have my right hand up and my left hand protecting my body. But every once in a while, good head movement there. He's catching me, I'm catching him right now. So we're feeling each other out. A lot of the reasons why I'm actually throwing punches when I would be slipping, good head movement by him right there. Good head movement. Nobody's touching nobody until that body shot, the double body shot right there where I caught him cleanly. He's moving his head good. It's good head movement for him. So I'm trying to track his head to make sure that I'm catching him when he's moving his head. 1, 2, clean. Boom, straight down the pipe. Boom, straight down the pipe. None of that landed. None of that landed. But I tried it, right? Ooh, beautiful left hook. Another left hook coming downstairs, then upstairs. And he caught me real clean there. So it looks like my hands were out because I was throwing a combination, and he caught me with a straight to the body, and it actually hurt. A lot of respect. A lot of respect. Good head movement from this player. It's tricky, but I'm paying attention to see if there's any traps that I can set to try to test the new damage system. But it's actually a good thing that I didn't run into any spammers, because what it could mean is that they tried spamming with someone else, they got dropped. They may have tried it again with someone else, got dropped, and decided they're gonna retire it. That kind of happens. Usually, if you don't see any more spamming, it shows that the update works. So I got into a bunch of fights, didn't see any spamming, but I think this is the only one where I could probably be able to see that it works. He's moving his hands a lot.
Your corner ready.
Doing a lot of this.
Okay, get ready.
All right, so of course, respect. Throwing that out there. Go for the body again, clean. Catch with the right hand. Got my left hand protecting my body. So full Philly shell, of course. Straight down the pipe. Ooh, good movement, but I tracked his head. Ooh, so right there I'm seeing that he's extending his arm out a lot, right? And I'm trying to see when does he like to extend his arm, and then that's what is gonna allow me to create a trap. So when is his favorite times to do it? So I'm throwing some punches here. I'm backing off, putting my hands up, throwing a jab. I'm trying to see if distance creates it. Okay, all right, so distance makes him more likely to put his arms out. So once I saw that, I'm like, all right, I see that. Let me go ahead and hit him to the body. I'm creating distance. Come in with a straight, all right. So I try to time his arms being out with the straight. He didn't do anything there, so it's like, okay, cool. One, throw that jab clean. 1, 2, 3. He put his arms out there again. So really is the illusion of distance that lets him feel comfortable to do that. So we're going to play around with that as much as we can. Gave him a nice little hook, block all of that, angled him out beautifully right there. Put my hands up, blocking all that. Ooh, try to go for 1, 2, but he moved to the right, tracked his head, came in with a straight and then a hook. Moving my head straight down the pipe. He's putting his arms out again. Came in with a gazelle punch. So I timed that perfectly to actually see if when his arms come out, I could catch him using the distance. Now I got hurt there, but that gazelle punch was what showed me, okay, all right, so his arms were out, and I hit him with something that he wasn't expecting, and it was able to basically get the reaction that I was looking for. I was trying to pay attention if the crowd was going to be hype or if his face was going to squint, and his face squinted. So that gave me an indication that it looks like the damage has been upgraded. So he put his hands out, he put him back, he retracted, he put it out again, and then I leaped in with a left hook. So the gazelle punch, literally the gazelle punch is what I threw to trap him into testing the damage based off of his tendencies throughout the fight. Only in this game can that even be a thing, man, where you could be so fluid to kind of create entrapments based off of paying attention to your opponent and the things that they like to do. Now that I also know that he likes to throw a lot of combinations, there's also another adjustment that I'm going to be making, right? Now that I've already gotten what I needed, the clip of the damage if the arms are out, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start incorporating more angles to get him uncomfortable, right? Because I believe that my footwork is a little bit better than his footwork is. So I'm going to use that to my advantage and start angling him. And of course, he also likes to do head movement as well. So the angles are definitely going to help to mitigate some of that stuff. Ooh, straight down the pipe. Ooh, hook. Caught all of that. Ooh, jab. Catching that with the right. Moving my head. Ooh, right hook. Clean. Ooh, right there. Angle. Beautiful angle. Good head movement by him. He dipped and pivoted. Caught that. Ooh, ooh. Jab. He's trying to feint in with the body feint, but I didn't bite. I didn't bite. Whew. Hook. Rolled the head clean. Put the hand up. Ooh, 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. To the body. Upstairs. Got away. Nope, nope, nope. He got one punch in that entire time. 1, 2, 3. Oh, he's hurt from that combo. So we going in. But he's fighting back. He's fighting back. That's all right. We got to be careful. We understand if we go too crazy, we can get hit with that counter damage multiplier. Ooh, beautiful. Super angle. Caught him with a hook. Another angle. Caught him with a beautiful hook right there. Loved it. Throwing the jab. So we're basically pivoting to our left, and it is keeping him trapped. He's trapped in his combinations, and we're pivoting very, very cleanly. Oh my God, he's throwing wild right there. If I would have caught him with something, he's moving his head, but I wasn't even trying. I wasn't even trying to do nothing there. So I kept him insecure about the head movement. Ooh, hook, beautiful. Ooh, 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 ooh. Got him. 1, 2, 3. Straight down the pipe. Straight down the pipe.
Stop,
Ooh.
stop.
Clean, clean. And then we get the announcement of who won the fight. A lot of respect between me and him, because this gentleman definitely deserves the respect. Good head movement. He had good strategy, but definitely we came in with more methodical stuff that he probably wasn't even paying attention to. So damage in the beginning was very close. Damage in the second round was very close, but damage at the end, we got it. All right, so there you have it, guys. I needed to get him to, I needed to entrap him so that I can do so that I can test the damage, because apparently as I was fighting, no one was spamming, which is a good thing. It could mean that this works so well that it is a deterrent, because you don't really want it to be the thing that gives you the win. You just want it to be there if someone does it so that you can utilize it. But truly, you just want it to be a thing that exists, that's like this dark cloud that they know that a spammer is going to be like, well, if I do this thing, that dark cloud, I'm going to get hit by lightning. So I don't want to do it. And then everything normalizes where you could get a normal fight, or you could get a fight that you know, has variety to it. So it was tough. But with him, I was able to get something, find something, see something that he likes to do, give him the comfortable distance to do it, and then leap in with the hook, which I didn't even turn all the way or anything. Just leaped in with a normal kind of hook. So I didn't try to add more damage to it or anything like that, because that's what I was trying to test, to see if there is a damage multiplier there. And to see his face turn like that, it showed me, yeah, the damage, it looks like it's there. Now, it could be that, you know, that it just was that moment. But again, no one spammed. So just that showed that there's that the fix is probably keeping people from doing it. And hopefully this showed that the damage is there if anybody tries to do it. But it was a fun fight. The gentleman was really, really good with his head movement. I had to step back and track and make sure. But he also left himself susceptible to angles. After I got what I needed, put on the pivoting performances, and it was just very difficult for him. I was catching him with hooks flush while he was completely at a T-line, which is where I'm looking at him and he's looking straight over there. So very, very fun. Of course, we're going to continue to play this game. There are other fights that have been backlogged because I wanted to talk about the damage changes on this, but I do have awesome fights that I want to show. Not just fights that I win too, fights that I've lost, right? Because of different things that had happened and how dynamic those fights are. Those are even interesting to me, and they're coming soon. Anyways, until the next one, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is an A+ so far for the damage counter spamming, anti-spamming change. Everyone loved it in custom, and it looks like no one's spamming in ranked. All right, until the next one, guys. Peace out.